All right, Meredith, thank you. With an economy on edge, many states are facing some really difficult choices. New Jersey's Republican governor, Christie, is making waves for his no-nonsense approach to fixing his state's budget problems. Governor Christie, it's good to have you here. Good morning.
Good morning, Matt.
So much for flying under the radar. You've been in office, about 6 months now?
Yes, sir.
And you're making headlines. Let me give you a sample of what they're saying and writing about you, okay? The nation's most interesting governor, Governor Wrecking Ball, a human bulldozer, and my personal favorite, Christie may look like Chris Farley, but in terms of conservative principles, he's as sexy as Christie Brinkley. Are they all right?
Well, I don't know about that last one. But, listen, I think we're taking a very direct, blunt approach to the problems. We're treating the people of New Jersey like adults and tell them the truth. We're in awful shape, and we need to get it together.
That direct approach has included taking on, head-on, some what are normally sacred unions, teachers, cops. Any regrets about the cuts you've made and suggested so far? Are you worried at all that down the line, a year from now, 2 years from now, they may come back to haunt the people of New Jersey?
My regret is that we didn't deal with this much sooner, and it's forced us to do this. So all these cuts are tough, Matt, and I, in a perfect world, I wouldn't want to do them, but I'm not in a perfect world. I'm in a state where I had an $11 billion budget deficit on a $29 billion budget with a balanced budget amendment. So we had to do what we had to do.
And political correctness be damned. I want to show people an exchange. You took on the teachers union. You said to teachers in your state, look, you might have to take a pay freeze for a year. You might have to pay for some of your own health benefits. And you got into a heated exchange at a town hall meeting. Take a look.
You're not compensating me for my education, and you're not compensating me for my experience.
Well, you know what? Then you don't have to do it. I mean, the simple fact of the matter is...
Teachers do it because
the simple fact of the matter is this.
Teachers do it because they love it.
Well, that's
the
good.
Only reason I do it.
Well, and listen, and teachers go into it knowing what the pay scale is.
It's basically, you knew the deal, take it or leave it. Any fear on your part about fallout? These are teachers, and that's a tough group to take on. Any fear of fallout on your part?
I don't think you can lead out of fear. Listen, the fact of the matter is that the teachers union in New Jersey has demanded 4 and 5% increases in a 0% inflation world, that they pay nothing, the majority of teachers in New Jersey, for family health benefits from the day they're hired till the day they die. The people who are being ravaged by the recession are being asked to provide shelter to people from the recession. We just can't have it. And so I think, the politically correct approach doesn't work anymore. We have to talk directly about these problems to solve them.
Are you reacting in some ways, Governor, to what has happened inside the Republican Party, long known as the party of fiscal responsibility? It took on a slightly different reputation over the last dozen or so years. Did the party lose sight of its core responsibilities?
Yeah, I think it did. And the reason I became a Republican when I was 18 years old and voted for Ronald Reagan in 1980 was because he articulated the ideas of lower spending, smaller government, common sense regulation, lower taxes. And I feel like over the last few years we've lost our way. We have to get back to those core things, and I think that's what people in New Jersey at least want to hear.
Let me ask you about something that's happening today. President Obama is coming to your state a little later on. I know you're going to greet him. He's here in part to push for legislation that would help small businesses. Do you agree with that legislation? Are you in favor of it?
What I'm in favor of is trying to lower taxes and lower regulation on small businesses so they can spend more of their own money creating jobs. The one thing we know is we need more private sector jobs, and so far the economy isn't producing them.
But based on what you've seen in the legislation he is pushing, will you support that legislation? Because you do agree with him on some of the things he's done for the economy.
Well, listen, I agree with him on things like education and educational reform, renewable energy, and doing those kind of things, and I've been vocal in my support of him. But I think that he has to get back to those core principles as well, and I think that's what he's hearing from the public. I know that's what he'll hear in Edison today.
Now, you made some headlines also for another reason over the weekend. You're smiling already. You took on the Jersey Shore, not the geographic location, but the television show. You said that the show is negative for New Jersey. Now, I get the whole Governor Wrecking Ball thing, and taking on teachers is one thing. Taking on Snooki and the Situation?
Yeah, well, listen, Snooki and the Situation, New Yorkers, as you know. And so, fact of the matter is, they parachute all these people from New York onto onto the Jersey Shore, and then they say this is New Jersey. It's not New Jersey, and if you want to come to the Jersey Shore, 6-7 weeks left in summer, let's go. I'll show you the real Jersey Shore.
Some people are saying that though they're good for the economy in the towns along the Jersey Shore, that they've increased tourism. You're a guy who needs money in your state.
Yeah, listen, we'll find other ways to increase tourism. We'll take Snooki in the situation. You can have him back. I'll do something else, you know. I mean,
all of a sudden, you're dumping them on me?
Hey, listen, they're yours to begin with, Matt. I don't have problems here. I mean, $11 billion deficit. I got to take Snooki in the situation also. Come on. So much a man can take, Matt.
Governor Chris Christie. Governor, it's good to have you here.
Thanks, Matt. Great to be here.
All right, thank you very much. It's 19 minutes after the hour. Once again, here's Meredith.
Matt, thank you.